What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Hope your vibes are immaculate today. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown, updating you on everything Dallas Mavericks and other NBA news. That's at Mavs_rundown on Twitter. Appreciate you for listening. I'm your host, AG, and on today we have a very special guest to break down this excellent win, and that is my dad, my Faja. The OG. OG, what up, OG?
What it do? What it do?
What's up? And he's joining us tonight, man. After this great win by the Dallas Mavericks, man, we won 103-94 at home against the Atlanta Hawks. The Trey versus Luka showdown. It went down. Luka recorded his 45th triple-double. That's 10th all-time in triple-doubles, y'all.
Sir.
And number 9 is Larry Bird at 59. So he's slowly just creeping up on him. And Luka finished his triple-double with 18, 11, and 10. And we'll get why the scoring was so low and all that in a minute. Yeah, this was just a great win by the team. And actually, go ahead, OG. What were your thoughts on this game?
You know, it started out looking normal. Luka leading the way, taking charge, getting to the paint.
Right.
They weren't finishing though. They weren't finishing early. I thought if the Hawks would have just stayed with the pick and roll between Trey and Collins, Mavs had no answer.
Oh yeah. Again, Collins had 22 points, finished with 22. It felt like a lot more, and 18 rebounds. I just said this before the pod. I was like, holy shit, he had 18 rebounds. Yeah, he was all over the place. And Capella only finished with 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 of 8 shooting. So yeah, I definitely agree with that point. That if they would have force fed, they would have killed us there. And go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, I think Finney Smith in that first quarter was 50% on his threes, so that helped them a little bit. You know, they took that 3-point lead going into the second. It was 29-26, I believe, at the end of the first.
Yep.
Luka and Brunson were leading the way, of course, with no KP out there. So it was show.
I forgot how many points it was total, but at the first half, they were the first ones to score. I forgot how many of their points, but they had our first 20 points.
23, I think it was. Yeah,
23. Yeah, see, our first 23. It was just Luka and Brunson. Everybody else really wasn't finishing their shots, like you said, and stuff. Yeah, Luka and JB really took that punch.
Yeah, so at the end of the first, it was 29-26 Mavs, and then we headed into the second period of the first half, and Bullock started heating up early.
Yeah.
He hit a couple big shots there, and then Luka picked up his fourth foul.
Dun.
Yeah, that's
foreshadowing.
That's not good. That's not good.
Foreshadowing what's coming up.
But Brunson was hot. He was 7 of 10 from the field.
Yeah, he was.
17 points. Collins, once again, on their team, man. He was 6 of 10, had 12 points. And Herter, is that his name, Herter?
Yeah, Kevin Herter.
He was 4-9, 11 points, and 50% from 3-point range. So
that was all the second quarter, the first half.
But if you look in that first half, Trey Young at that point, 1 of 8 from the field.
Oh yeah, and
6 points.
Yeah, and that's a testament. That was another. Again, the game score was 103-94. We held this Hawks team to 94 points. So that's a great job on this. It shows, this Dallas Mavericks effort. I mean, whether the shots were just not falling, but I mean, if you're watching the game, you can definitely see they were hustling around, and when they're really playing their best defense, you can tell they're just moving on a string. Guys on rotations are just. Everything's just smooth. Everybody's going knows where they're supposed to go, where they're supposed to be. And there's, contested shots. And, it's really good job by this Dallas defense tonight. Shout out to them.
Yeah, and then Josh Green played well, too. His defense is great, but, man, wouldn't it nice to have a Tyrese Maxey back there scoring?
Oh, I don't even want to go over that draft or any of that. Yeah, that's there's so many people. Hey,
I like
Desmond Bain. We start bringing up names like Desmond Bain. That's a whole nother pod by itself.
What could have been
the issues of that, but again, Josh Green, I remember seeing, and Dorian Finney-Smith, Reggie Bullock had a great defensive possession in the first. I remember on Trae Young, it really locked him up. Like they were really doing a great job on Trae Young. He wasn't just missing shots; like they were doing a great job on covering him and making sure he had to take really tough shots.
Exactly, and it's funny that you bring up Trey Burke there too, because at the end of the first half, the Mavs were up 54-50. We went into the third quarter, right off the bat. Luka picks up number 5.
Yep. Yes, the second half was not at first did not seem kind to the Mavericks, man. The third quarter, we had Luka pick up his 5th foul
This
with
is where
11 minutes left, 1 minute into the third quarter, and
mm-hmm.
that automatically Mad fans are like, "Holy shit!" Like all of a sudden, everybody who's one of the secondary playmakers like, "Gulp."
That was
Like,
a tic
oh
tac. That
man,
was a tic tac foul too. I admit that was a very tic tac foul. He
yeah.
really wasn't much contact at all. So
a little thing about that, yeah. Let's talk about. He did get a little tic tac foul. They could have maybe challenged that. I think Jay could maybe, but I get he wanted to hold on to it because you never know. Some in the fourth quarter that could happen that he really needs that challenge for. But it's something that it was challengeable and kind of it was just the refs called it. And some of these calls, like there was a call on Trey Burke that they said he kicked his legs out, but I guess they've never seen Trey Burke shoot because that's literally how he shoots. Like he didn't
and
do
you got
it.
to give him room to land. The defender was right up on him,
Exactly.
so his feet
Exactly.
kind
They
of
try to say
tangled
he
up.
kicked his on a Trey Burke. I try to say he kicked his legs out, and it wasn't like
Right.
he was a normal shooting. He didn't look abnormal kicking his leg. Like it was literally. And if you look at any of his other shots he took tonight, like they all look the same. He has that kind of Kobe where he kind of kicks his leg out when he shoots type shot.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we got Luka out of the game, and
yeah.
the
And then
Hawks
and then
started.
what happened? Then what
The
happens?
Hawks started that Young to Collins inside stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Then
They tied it up. I
they
think
went heavy
they
on
got
the
within a
inside.
certain amount of points, and then at 6:21 of the third quarter, Jalen Brunson picks up his 5th foul.
Yep. As you said, yep. Now we have now Mavericks are down their top 2 basically players, and Jalen Brunson, Luka Doncic with 5 fouls, having to sit the bench in the third quarter with 6 minutes left. And everyone's like, "Oh shit," and then who do we turn to? And it's we got Frank Ntilikina and Trey Burke. And real quick on Trey Burke, man, all those people that really talk down about him, I get on the basketball wise for sure. He is very inconsistent, but at times he can be that spark off the bench. I will give him credit because he was Bubble Burke tonight. But anybody talking down about him personally, I don't respect that at all. But getting to the actual gameplay, only talking basketball, like yeah, he actually showed up tonight. He gave us that spark. He was Bubble fucking Burke. Like he really helped us in that third quarter when those two dudes went out and finished with 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. But I mean, what he did there in the end of the third quarter for us really helped the Mavericks stay afloat in this game.
Yeah, he held it down tonight. He was on. Tonight was a good night.
Right.
That was great. From the middle of the third quarter into the fourth quarter, Trey Burke was holding it down. He wasn't turning the ball over crazy. He was letting the game come to him, and he was making plays. They got close. The Hawks got close. I think they tied it there with Luka and Brunson on the bench. But
yeah, that's when they started going heavy. And just to let y'all know about the whole why we keep mentioning them going to the ice or pick and roll, down roll and stuff. Why it felt like they were just scoring inside. How about this? If you look at the points in the paints of this game, they finished with 56 points in the paint to our 32. Like, yeah, they were killing us in the paint. And that's what we say. Yeah, if they would have just kept going to that, like they probably would have killed us. But I guess that's testament to us because I did see our defense. It kept switching. We were playing man, then all of a sudden we went to a zone.
exactly.
And I think just mixing it in and out, like it really kind of messed with them and messed with their what they're good at, or get them from going away from what they're good at and really messed them up. And that's kind of the second game in a row that we switched to that zone and kind of back and really mess up these teams and give them a different look like that. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I had my note for Collins. Mavs have no answer. They didn't have an answer for
yeah,
that pick and roll game, and
they didn't.
thank goodness that they started shooting jumpers because we ended the third quarter with an 80-76 lead. It didn't look pretty, but Trey Burke held it down. They had second chance points on us too, 20-13 for
Yep,
the
yep.
game, and points off turnovers. They had 21, we had 7. So heading into the fourth quarter, it was still a tight game. 11:25 into the fourth quarter, Trey Burke picks up his 5th foul. 3
Yeah.
guards, all of them with
How
5 fouls.
crazy and coincidental that all 3 of our guards, like, that are doing well, pick up 5 fouls each. Like, man, that's crazy. And then you're looking over at Frank Ntilikina, which he didn't even score any this game, but give credit to him. He did play really well on the defensive end. But, man, I mean, it's like, whoa, if he fouls out, like, man, we're in trouble if any of these guys all of a sudden foul out and we're down all our point guards.
Right. They were playing well. Then Luka comes in, I think, at 9:02 in the fourth.
Right,
So he
right.
subs out for Trey Burke,
Mm-hmm.
and he makes all the difference to this team. When Luka's in the game and he can dribble, penetrate, and kick it out to them shooters, Finney Smith or Bullock or KP or somebody, that's when I feel like they're rolling on all their cylinders. And Luka came in at 9:02, and things started to change a little bit. The Mavs started picking up some momentum. I think it was about the 7:48. Josh Green hit that corner 3. It was a tight game. The Hawks were closing in.
Yeah,
And,
nice.
kicked
It
it
was a
out to Josh
very
Green,
clutch
and he
shot.
knocked it down.
Clutch shot by Josh Green at the moment in time. Swung it to him. Yeah, he was wide open in the corner and just knocks down a 3. Like, Maverick
Yeah,
fans are probably like,
I want to
oh.
give some props to the subs, to the bench tonight, because they were without Luka for 14 minutes and they were without Jalen for 12 and a half, and they kept the lead. They never relinquished that lead. And I think that helped just right there towards the end when Luka came back in, Brunson came back in. My man, Reggie Bullock, started knocking them down, man.
Yeah. Again, to your test. Actually, there's a couple points I want to go back. Yeah, right before we get to this into Reggie Bullock, man, what flamethrower he was. To your point about Luka, he really showed. When the like they say in the NBA, when you have the best player on the court, you should basically win. And it really showed tonight because whenever he was on the court, besides the foul trouble, whenever he was on the court, man, he just took control of this game. And in that fourth quarter, it started. And yeah, give credit to the bench. They really held it. They were all pluses and the plus minus. They at least played their part on offense, played gritty defense, made sure, they stayed within it, held it down so, they can get their basically two best players back in the game.
Right.
And,
It was a ragtag bunch, but they held it down.
yeah. And like you said, like towards the end of that fourth quarter, when they started to light it up, before we get into who lit it up, like, it started to look like, that old Mavericks offense when, yeah, Luka, like, that's when he's at his best. When he's driving, all of a sudden they try to stop the drive and they collapse. And he's just finding open shooters all over the place. No matter who's open, he's going to find you and he's going to hit it. If he's on the other side of the court, he'll line drive pass, laser pass right in the, shooter's pocket. And, for the guy right in the other corner. So, yeah, it was one of those great endings. And like you said, Reggie Bullock was big
Money.
in this fourth quarter. He finished 8 of 14, 6 of 10 from 3. He had 22 points, and that's not it of his stat line. Check the rest of his stat line out. He had 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Like, he was really doing an effort on everything. Like, he looked legit like New York Nick Reggie Bullock tonight. And that was something that Mavs really needed, especially in the absence of Tim Hardaway and KP out tonight.
Right.
And so, yeah, so Reggie Bullock, like you said, I think Josh Green hits the 3.
Yeah, that was at 7:48 of the fourth quarter. Put the Mavs up 85-80, and then things just started rolling from there.
Right, and I think Reggie hit like 2 threes right after that, like in a row, right?
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
when he hit.
Reggie hit one, Finney Smith hit one, then Reggie hit another one.
Yeah, man, and it was just rolling. It seemed like everybody was opening up, and then it wasn't just Reggie too. I'm gonna give a shout out to Jalen Brunson hitting some clutch 3-2 at the end. When then all of a sudden Atlanta started making their little late run, then trying to make things a little bit tight. JB gets in the corner, late shot clock situation, hand right in his face. And, we always talk about, length kind of bothers him and stuff. And that was I forgot who the defender was, but it wasn't anybody small. It was a lengthy guy in his face, and he drains a corner three in the dude's face at the end of the shot clock. Like, great game by Jalen Brunson. Finished with 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, one steal. And a big thing in this game was, we know about all his mid range and finishing at the rim, and we just want him to step up the threes. And tonight, he took that step forward. He was 4 or 5 from three tonight, and that's something we've been wanting. We want to see more because he's usually open when Luka or somebody kicks it open, and we want to see him take more threes because we think he's pretty good at it. I think his average only around like 34, but we know he's a good shooter. So if he takes more, his percentage is going to go up. And so, yeah, shout out also Jalen Brunson at the end, hitting clutch shots. Luka with also a floater that was, I forgot who hit the dagger three, right? I think it was Reggie Bullock hit a
It was
dagger
Reggie, yeah, Reggie.
at the end. But right before that dagger three, Luka drove in the basket, hit like a mean floater just on it. It looked like it was going to be a pass to Dwight Powell, like one of those oops, but it was just a nice little doop floater right over him.
Yeah. You mentioned Luka's triple double. Another one is 45th, I
Right.
believe. And if you look at the stat line, there was two players that had more points than Luka. He played. He's the best
Mm-hmm.
player on the team. 18, 10, and 11. But he made these other players around him better just by him being in the game. That's how
Yep.
crucial it is for him to be out there at all times.
Yeah, and that gets into another thing. Needing maybe more playmaking because it seems like you said, without him in the game, it's kind of like things are a little bit stagnant. And I want to give Brunson as much credit as I can because he's really stepped it up and having a great season this year,
Right.
and I really like him as a player too. But yeah, it just seems like he just fits that great 6-man role for us and come in always very consistent. But it don't know if he could rely on him to really play make kind of on that Luka. I almost said Duka in that Luka Doncic role where he kind of just elevates everybody, makes them a little bit better. It's like JB holds his own, but man, it shows why Luka is a superstar and like a top 5 player in this league. The way he just changes the game makes everybody better. Great point there. Great point.
Yeah. I like JB too. He's I liked him coming out of college. He's a great player. It just took him a few years to get on his feet wet and get a little playing time under his belt, and he's coming on good. Remember, the Mavs were out without Maxi Kleba tonight too, as well. He wasn't in there.
Yeah, we didn't mention that. Yeah, also missing, Sterling Brown. Also, of course, I don't know what's going on with him either. But yeah, Maxi Kleba also without him. So again, we're 2 nights in a row, really feeling like we're missing kind of like inside. We got 2 guys, Dwight Powell, and Marquise Chris, both around like 6'9", maybe touching 6'10" on a good day, and as our interior defense, and we're able to still hold it down. With Mavericks are still able to hold it down on the inside and just defense in general. So it was a good thing to see. But since I have you on this pod, man, we haven't really got to talk about it, and that's something we almost brought up just now, in that playmaking role. Like when Luka goes out the game, it really seems like this Mavericks offense just kind of just either stagnant. Well, it really is. It is stagnant, especially if Jalen Brunson is not doing well. If he's not having a really good game where he's just hitting some of his patented little shots and stuff, it really shows we don't have enough guys that can really just create and do stuff. And do you want to? I want you to elaborate on that point. Do you agree? Do you think we should make another move? Do you think that we should stand pat? Do you like what we have, or what are your thoughts on that whole situation? Because we do know that Jalen Brunson and Dorian Finney-Smith are coming up on expiring contracts. Yet the Mavs say they do want to keep them. Yet they do also want to add some offensive firepower. So what do you What are your
Yeah,
thoughts on that?
I do agree. I do agree. Without Luka, it's completely stagnant. It's a different team. And then when you see what happens when Brunson gets injured, or not injured, I'm sorry, if he gets in foul trouble or if he gets injured, you'll see what
Right,
happens. Um, I do think they need to make a move. They got Dwight Powell starting at center. Great guy. Love the guy.
right.
He's not
Great
an
guy.
NBA starter. He
Yeah.
needs to be seventh, eighth man coming off the bench, high energy. I love,
Mhm.
the way he plays, his aggressiveness and stuff. Too many turnovers, and defensive lapses. That's what gets him.
Yeah.
I think the Mavericks do need to make a move. After tonight's game, I'm a little hesitant to include Reggie Bullock in any of these trade talks.
Yeah,
But
I was thinking kind of the same. It's like, damn, Reggie just kind of hitting his stride a little bit. It's kind of like, ooh, I don't know if we want to give him up.
I really want to keep Dodo as well.
Right,
What the
right.
Mavericks need is another Luka, and when I say that, I mean a player six
I
six
think
to
you
6'9" that's athletic, that
okay.
already is established, consistent scorer in the NBA.
Sounds like you have a guy in mind.
No, I just have a general type, and
Okay.
and you know the kid from Detroit,
As you
Grant,
say, Jeremy Grant
Jeremy Grant.
or
Players that are fit that range, that are 6'6" to 6'9", that
uh,
already don't have the consistency problems that a younger player might have
right.
for this team right now. I think that would be a great move, and maybe another big. If they can get another big that can work underneath. So
To that point,
somebody 6'6" to 6'9", and maybe a Collins. I don't know.
right. To that point, real quick, the Mavericks also here recently were said to be had talks. Just talks. Who knows how far they went or whatever. But at least that shows that they were that have interest or had interest in Pascal Siakam. So that also fits that mold. That six, that really tall guy that can also create and hit shots. And I really like the Pascal Siakam one. Jeremy Grant, I'm also for because he kind of does the same things. But I feel like Pascal is kind of proven, and since he did it in the NBA Finals, I would say I trust him more. But I
Right.
definitely agree. Right, Siakam when he's in the finals, he put up like 30 and stuff like that. So like, yeah, I definitely would have trust in that. I don't know who would you have to trade away and do stuff for. I mean, the team is playing without Maxey now. Maybe I don't know.
Right. Maybe there's been talk with
Maybe that's why
actually.
they're holding them out. Maybe even if you know, I don't know.
What about a Ben Simmons? Would you like a Ben Simmons in this mix with Luca?
But who would we have to give? Are you talking KP?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Uh,
How
It
would you
depends
think a
who we have
Mavericks
to
team
give
with a Ben
up. Like
Simmons in there look like?
it depends who we have to give up. Like if we can keep some people and keep if we're able to keep Luca and KP and then get Ben Simmons, sign me up. I'll trade anybody else on the squad. I could, I still want to see a big three with that with
I kind of
KP.
agree, because then that would pretty much, that could solve your inside problem, because you
Yeah,
got
because
KP,
he's
but
one
he's
through
not
five.
really a big down low. He needs to
Right.
be more down there. You got Dwight Powell and of course Maxi Kleba, but I think if they were to somehow to get some type of player in that range, even if they had to settle for one a little lesser in order to get like a Collins from the Hawks, a player like that on the team.
Yeah. The only thing with me is like if we go after a guy like Collins, it doesn't address the playmaking issue that we really that's like it feels like it's so obvious every game. And like we talk about, like, it's like we need another Luca guy that can just play make. And so it's like I
Right. So
get
maybe
the whole inside getting I definitely want I hope they maybe at least look at like looking around the league for a backup big for sure. Like at least a guy around the 7 foot range that can at least just defend the rim some. For sure.
I mean, I would take
Uh,
I'm not opposed to a Buddy Hield from Sacramento. I
right. That
like you
yeah, I've
said,
seen that.
Karis LeVert from the Pacers. You brought him up.
Well, he got traded to the Cavs today
Yeah,
for
yeah, I
Ricky
forgot about
Rubio.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, so he's out of it. But definitely, you said what was the name before that? I'm blanking.
Buddy.
Buddy Hield. Yeah, like
Yeah,
you said on the Buddy Hield, that They said we had, I forgot who, I think it was Brian Windhorse maybe, or somebody, I forgot, but somebody said that they had still had some talks with the Kings over Buddy Hield, Rashawn Holmes kind of thing. So I would definitely take on that. It just depends like who we giving up to get these guys. Like I've seen
Exactly.
somebody, I forgot who it was, propose the trade. It was one of the more well-known Maverick people, that put out, on their website where it put out a trade that trade Jalen Brunson for Buddy Hield and Rashawn. I'm like, no, that doesn't fix our playmaking. Like Buddy Hield is not a playmaker. Like he's like a Tim Hardaway type role. We don't need to trade away our own, like basically only other playmaker in Jalen Brunson just to get another streaky shooter like Tim Hardaway. That won't fix it. But if we could somehow keep Brunson and then pick up like a Buddy Hield with all this, then we're talking.
And that may include a package with Tim Hardaway Jr. in it. I've
Right.
also, I've heard that Buddy Hield. I've heard Rashawn Holmes, Kemba Walker. I've heard, all these
The
rumors of these
name
players.
also I want to throw in there that I hope the Mavericks are really giving that secret consideration for, especially with the Caris LeVert gone. Who knows with the Jeremy Grant thing? Who knows with the Pascal Siakam? And then, like you said, we talked about now, just Buddy Hield, Rashawn Holmes. Another name I really want to throw in that the Mavs get serious consideration to is Eric Gordon.
Right, for the
Imagine Eric
Rockets.
Gordon on this team instead of like a Tim Hardaway. Like now we talking, because Eric Gordon has a slack. People think, oh, he's getting older. No, he's still killing it this year. Imagine he's playing on like one of the worst teams in the league right now, record wise, and in the Rockets. So imagine if he's all of a sudden gets to go to a playoff team. I really liked how he played next to James Harden, and that Luka and James Harden have like that similar game. So I feel like he would just be a great natural fit next to Luka, and can play defense. So Eric Gordon is another name I'd also
Yeah.
look for.
So I guess my untouchables on the Mavericks. The ones I would want to keep would be Finney Smith, Brunson, Luka, obviously, of course. I would like to keep KP because he has that size.
Yeah, that
Um,
inside presence.
I just don't know, if Hardaway or Reggie Bullock.
It's so hard about Hardaway, man. His contract, like, it's such a great, like, tradable contract because it descends in money. But it's
Right.
that injury really fucks it up because it's like guys are, it's like he can maybe come back. So hopefully the matter, like, he can come back. He can still be good. Like,
Yeah. But
like,
I do like Chris. I like Chris down low. So, maybe if
yeah.
we can move Dwight Powell and he gets more playing minutes, I think he might develop into something. He might be a pretty good find there at the center position for the Mavericks, and that'll allow KP to jump back outside occasionally, and stretch the court a little bit, make it easier for Luka to
I
drive.
I like Marquise Chris, but I don't know if I want him in our starter role. Like I really like him as like our solid backup center. That's why I am for sure. I want to get off Dwight Powell's contract, so we'd have to
I'm
get
intrigued. I'm intrigued by him. I want to see what he could do
in the
if
starter
Dwight
minute.
Powell went down to 10 or 15 minutes and Chris got the majority of the minutes.
Yeah, and
I'd
just
like to
what
see
happens, especially
if
next to
his
KP.
ceiling is really high or if that's all he's going to be is what he is right now.
That's true. We gotta give him the
Because you
chance.
don't know about him yet. He hasn't had enough time to get in there and gel with the team yet to
That's true.
get substantial minutes to play.
That's true. And yeah, like you said, I wouldn't give up Luka, Brunson, Dodo, or KP either. However, I would give Dodo up if it means bringing in a Pascal Siakam or Jeremy Grant. That's the only time I'd include like Dodo because
Or
they
Dame or
probably
Damian
want.
or Damian Lillard.
Yeah, right. Well, shit, for Dame, I give JB. What up? Sorry, JB, but
maybe
no,
yeah, maybe if we have
it
to
seems
if
like
we're
the Blazers are trying to rebuild around Dame, so they want to keep Dame happy. So that's why it seems that they're trying to get rid of everybody. So of course, CJ is the big name floating around, which I've been saying like I hope we get him. I hope we
that would
have him.
that would fill that spot that I'm talking about. Somebody
Yeah,
that
but it's just with their team because they have Anthony Simmons and then they just got Norman Powell. Well, I guess they could still use a backup shooter in Tim Hardaway come off their bench, so it still would make sense.
because if you could get a player like that with Luka and then KP's healthy and then you got Brunson, kind of acting as a moving part, then you got Dodo, you got Reggie Bullock. You know, you got a pretty salty
No,
team. You got a
agreed.
pretty
I feel
salty
like
team.
in the playoffs, if you have like really like it shows, especially when we played the Clippers, it shows like if you have the most guys on your team that can have the most ceiling and scoring, like if you have the most guys that can at least put up maybe like 20 on any given night, it seems like it's really that's the more talented team, and they usually more than often than not win the game. And then that's what we see in the Clippers. They just have more guys that could just create on their own, just kind of make shots and score buckets. Any one of they had a few guys, they have multiple guys. And if you look at a lot, you see multiple guys that can score, 20 on any given night.
Right.
So
right.
that's something big. And I'm really on this team, Reggie Bullock's only hit 20, maybe a few times this year, like a handful with that. Like,
Right. As
JT
he's
hits.
just now getting into his, I
Right,
think, his comfort
right.
level.
You can't expect Dodo to hit 20. That would be just if he went off on a really good night. Jalen Brunson, kind of how Reggie Bullock did. And then Jalen Brunson also, like, you would expect him to be more than the 20, but he can get you 20, and Luke can get you 20. KP gets you 20. That's three people. Reggie Bullock is that streaky guy. But if we have to give up, like, I think the trade I saw
You might
was
have to give up a Josh Green, or maybe a Maxey or Dwight, one of the
you
two,
have to,
or
yeah. I think this. I forgot what was the trade I seen for the CJ one that's going around. CJ and Larry Nance
right,
for
right,
who
for a
was
lot of Mavericks.
yeah, right. Dwight, I remember it was Dwight Powell, but then it was Reggie Bullock in it, and then someone else I can't remember. But I had to give up someone like Reggie to get CJ. I'd still have to go for it because Reggie Bullock's giving you some good stuff right now, especially defensively. But I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, because
But
I think it's the Knicks, the Mavs, and the Cavs are the best trade destinations for CJ McCollum.
I think you can nick the Cavs right out of that right there because they just got Karis LeVert, so they're
Right.
probably dead out of it. So it
And
is
that is a
now.
really good, young, salty team.
Yeah,
I
I
like what
actually really
Cleveland's
like
putting
the
together
pickup
there.
for them. Because I wanted the Mavs kind of I liked Karis LeVert to come here just because I liked what he did in the playoffs for the Nets where he could just carry his team and he dropped like 40 that one game, drops 30 and stuff. So yeah, he's definitely a great young talent, and they're going to be a great young team too. But yeah, hopefully the Mavs can swoop in and just get one of these, just another playmaking guard or playmaking. Like you said, even I like your idea too as a playmaking wing.
I think I even seen a 3-team trade. It was so the Mavericks would be giving up Maxi Kleber and Jalen Brunson, and they would go to Indiana. The Mavericks would get in return C.J. McCollum, and the Trailblazers would get T.J. Warren, Miles Turner, and I think a 2022 first-round draft pick from the Mavericks. So the Mavericks would be giving up their 22, Kleber, Brunson, and Pacers would be giving up Turner and Warren, and McCollum would be coming to the Mavericks. But I don't know.
I would like that actually and see this is like a big if because I hope Mavs have so much more intel on what is going to happen with Goran Dragic than we do because if they know for sure they can get him, then I can see us trading away Brunson to get CJ to bring him in. Then all of a sudden we know we're going to have Goran to still be that backup point guard. But otherwise, I don't want to give away Brunson. But then this trade deadline is just crazy. It really is because okay, say you do that deal right there and we don't get Goran, you could still go, hey, here's a second Boston, give us Dennis Schroeder, or here's our expiring. There's different trades like that. We still get that backup. I know a lot of people may not like Dennis Schroeder as a back, but as a backup point guard, why not? But yeah, there's so many different avenues. And I mentioned it on one pod. Remember, I don't know if you remember this, we hired that guy from the Nets that got them their big three right now. The guy that made all the money work and all the different stuff fit the trade and all that. So I really hope him, Nico are just in a room together, just fucking coming up with whatever they can to make this roster better.
These trade rumors are crazy, and they're going to get crazier all the way up to the deadline. It's going to
Oh
be
yeah, this is definitely going to be the most, one of the most exciting weeks, the NBA season this week. And, it's awesome that it starts tomorrow, especially tomorrow, recording this on Sunday night, but, tomorrow, Monday, all the talk show, all your favorite pods or whatever you get your info from, all the trade stuff is all the speculation started to come up more and more, especially as we've already had a couple trades happen. And oh yeah, I'm excited, and I'm actually excited for this Mavericks team because I feel like there are so many different moves we can make. It's just, hopefully we make the right one. But I think a lot of Mavs fans, you included, we definitely want to see some change.
Yeah, they it's obvious, they have to make a change to get this team to another level.
Oh, brings up another point. Like I was telling you earlier, we have to do it. I feel like this trade deadline is actually pretty crucial for us, not only because of the whole Jalen Brunson, Dorian Finney-Smith contracts, excuse me, but also because Luka Doncic, his max contract extension he just signed kicks in, this next season over the off season and stuff. So it's like, if we wait till then, all of a sudden our money's going to be really tied up to try and make a move, which,
yeah,
again, maybe they know more than us and maybe more options are available then still where we can still make some move. But I know I am definitely part of the Mavs majority that definitely believes that we should make a move at this trade deadline to make this team better for this season. And I'm not expecting us to make a trade to be contenders this year, but I think we definitely need to make a move that takes us another step towards that. Like getting past the first round, just making, progression steps towards contention.
Yeah, they need to step it up because like you said, Luka's contract's coming up, and when it expires, there's no guarantee. He may not be Dirk. He may not be like Dirk. Dirk is
Yeah,
loyal to the
that,
team,
mm-hmm.
and there's no guaranteeing that Luka's going to be that way. He may want to be by beach. He may want to go to Miami. He may want to go to LA. They're different people. It's not the
Yeah.
same person. So let's put
And
somebody in there that's going to help him and take this team to the next level so we can get another NBA championship here in D-Town, Dallas, Texas, baby.
right. And we definitely don't want him to even, we don't want him to leave. And we definitely don't want to have to wait till last minute to make that Giannis last second. Please don't leave, blockbuster, give up everything trade, for the, his
Right.
last season.
Bring the house down.
We don't want to have to end up in that situation. We want to have that happen way sooner. Him already be confident in staying here and being like, yeah, I know they're gonna do what it takes to build around and get us, in title contention, be able to compete and win. Especially now, I feel like his time's coming up. Like this year, you see the Warriors are up top and the Suns are at top, but they have some aging players there.
Yes, they do.
Chris Paul's is gonna get older, and then you look at the Warriors, they're just gonna get a year older, so you hit that his. I feel like that contention window is. I feel like
it's right there for the taking because the Grizzlies are young.
Yeah. I feel like that contention window honestly starts next year for the Mavericks. Expectation wise, everybody knows this is the year we should get past the first round at least. Or that is what we're hoping for.
Right.
But it's at least the playoffs. So first round next year, it has to be that next step. Whatever it is this year, if we lose first round, then next year there's no ifs, ands, buts. We're losing in first round or it's a super failure. But if we just have to start making these next steps to be better, and of course,
right. So we don't lose to the Orlandos of the NBA.
or
those
Orlando
are teams that we
and
need to
OKC back to back.
Right.
We can't have that type of shit happen.
Take care of business during the regular season, so we get that better playoff seeding, and then we can make some noise when we get there.
Exactly. I agree, man. And we really, so a lot of great stuff there. I feel like we can just keep going talking about, who we want, the different stuff that happened. But I feel like that was a great recap of the game tonight. Great team win for the players that we got for this team. We held it down tonight.
They
defense
did. They did.
play.
103-94.
Yeah,
Dallas
man. They
Mavericks.
44% of the threes. Like they were. Oh yeah, they were. They killed it from three, and they held the Atlanta Hawks only 20% from three, 38% from the field. Outstanding defense from us. Luka Doncic, when he was in the game, monster. Rest of the guys, hit big shots. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, and I really appreciate. Shout out to OG, my dad OG on here, man. I really appreciate it. Great stuff. Good
No
stuff.
problem. Thanks for having me.
Of
Shout
course.
out to everybody out there. What's happening?
Right, of course, man. Appreciate you having you on, and it's been awesome. Definitely got to have you on again. And the Mavericks now are actually still fifth in standings, 31-23. Only it says 2.5 or 1.5 games back from Utah Jazz. So we're catching, we're coming, we're
Let's
right
move
behind
up.
them. To get that home court advantage, we want home court advantage this year. So we're coming. And the Mavericks' upcoming schedule, man. I think the Mavs play. I'm pulling it up right now. Go ahead. I like to give everybody a schedule when we play next. I know I'm always looking forward to when they play
They
next.
got the Pistons on Tuesday.
That's what it is. Here it is. I got it. There we go. Yep. We play Detroit on Tuesday at 7:30, and then
Jeremy Grant coming to town.
And then Thursday, right. Yeah. And then Thursday, the trade deadline. Will he be on the team after that? But yeah, February 10th on the trade deadline that night, 7:30, we play LA. And then we play LA again on Saturday.
Clippers. LA Clippers.
LA Clippers, excuse me.
Yeah.
Play the Los Angeles Clippers back-to-back game. Yeah, we have 3 more home games on this homestand we're going through. So hopefully Mavericks can really pick up some wins on this, and maybe something will happen by this Thursday, and we have something more to talk about. But yeah, thank you again. Thank you, everybody. I'm AG.
Thank you for having me. Hey, AG, one more thing before we go.
Go ahead. Yeah.
This weekend coming up, the 13th, is Super Bowl Sunday. Who you got?
Oh, here we go. All right. Oh, man. I think
you got the LA Rams at home in their home stadium taking on the AFC champ, the upstart Cincinnati Bengals.
Just a testament to what I hope these Mavericks can learn from this game, this Super Bowl game. I want to hope the Rams get it, because I want to be like, see, you go out, you make the moves, you get the players that can help you win. It happens. So I'm gonna go for the Rams in this game. I really like Joe Burrow. I like his swag. I think he's going to be something for the future.
They got a couple electric players, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Yeah, he's a great young dude. Yeah, Jamar Chase, the receiver, man, they're cold as hell.
I'm gonna go with the experience as well, and I'm gonna take the Rams. But I would not be upset if the Cincinnati Bengals pulled this off. The great Chris Collinsworth.
I think that is exactly how I feel. Like, if the Bengals win, I would not be mad if the Bengals won that, because they've had a great season. I would not be mad to see that, and to see let Joe Burrow get his clout, get his shine on. That would be nice to see.
All right, I'll let you end this. Let's get out of here.
Hell yeah! All right, that was a great, because I almost forgot. Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday is coming up.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Hope y'all are safe and have fun for that. But yeah, man, I'm AG. Thanks for listening.
I'm
we
OG.
had special guest OG. Yeah, and remember, cool heads prevail. And I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.
Peace out.